You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. Come brawl with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. Yeah, you know what time it is. Come brawl with them boys of the fall. Covered in gray and scarlet, massive, stiff arms to your jaw. We breaking it. We sick of seeing you clowns with the crown. We taking it.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devan. That's Melo. And tonight, man, we got Brad back with us, dude. What up, Brad? How you doing, man?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
Welcome
Oh,
back, brother.
You know, man,
Yeah,
getting pumped up for these playoffs, dude. I'm hoping the chat can see us. I'm pulling up my phone because something weird happened right when I hit go live. StreamYard said something, but it looks like we're here. Chat, I'm assuming you can see us. I'm assuming you can hear us. Mello, it said we ran out of space again. So well, I don't know. But apparently we're still live. So we're good to rock and roll, man. So tonight, dude, it's all about these playoffs, bro. It's all about Buckeyes, 8 p.m. in the shoe on the 21st, playing these Vols, dude, and stomping them down, dude. I'm completely focused on that game now. I'm zoned in on it. That's what I'm about. I got a few side notes to talk about here first. I just want to update some people on some portal news because people love it. I'm only going to hit the positive ones. The offensive tackle out of Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota from Cincinnati. I believe he's got 3 years of eligibility left. He visited the Buckeyes today.
Paris Johnson's cousin, by the way.
Paris Johnson's cousin, yeah. So he's got like 3 or 4 crystal balls to the Buckeyes. Watched his film. Love what I see there. So there we go. I'm also hearing a lot of positive talk around the offensive tackle from Rice. Very smart player, absolute unit. It's got a year of eligibility left, so my hopes are up there. I think that's about it. I had one more I wanted to mention, but I forget what it was. We made an offer to the defensive end out of somewhere, Logan somebody, but very good player. So, Mello, you got anything else on the portal?
Nope.
Cool. All right. Well, here we go. I want to start off with this, man. Not the Tennessee game, but a while ago, we talked about this Cleveland radio show. A lot of Buckeye shows did. Because this Cleveland radio show said that Will Howard was not a Power 5 quarterback. He shouldn't be playing here, yada, yada, yada. Just ran their mouth, just sounded like complete idiots, like they've never watched football in their lives. Well, today, they get back on there again. And one of the guys says that all the Buckeye fans he talks to would be more comfortable if they had Kyle McCord as their quarterback for these playoffs than Will Howard. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that statement there. Chat, I want your thoughts as well. Would you feel more comfortable if we had Kyle McCord going into these playoffs, or do you like Will Howard? Kenyatta, thoughts, bro?
Listen to me. I said it before. Kyle McCord. I can't take nothing from him. He's a good quarterback, but he cannot handle Ohio State. Um, the pressure of Ohio State. It's a different when you go to Syracuse versus staying at Ohio State. And guess what? We seen it. He folded. Ain't nothing to say. He showed it and he folded. But you go to Syracuse and get praise with a Syracuse team that's not even relevant for the past 15 years, and all of a
Probably
sudden
longer.
they jumped on the block. Like, come on, man, make it make sense, man. So listen to me. I can't take nothing from the kid, but guess what? He did a phenomenal job at Syracuse. I'm gonna give credit when it's due. And I'm the type I don't ridicule kids. I don't. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him praises. Keep striving for greatness in life, and you just go from there. But for Ohio State, no, he would have folded.
Amen. Melo, about you?
You know how I feel. I'm so glad Kyle McCord is gone. I don't care. I wish him the best. I hope you're enjoying that lake effect snow up there in North Country, because that's what they call it up there. I was stationed up there. But the ACC, Syracuse is not the Big Ten or Ohio State. We saw just off his leadership alone, I choose Will Howard. Even if I never saw him take a snap in a game, just how he
Yeah.
carried himself and that confidence and swag that he has. Like, there's no way. Like, Kyle McCord could go ahead and stay up in New York or Jersey or Rutgers, wherever he wants to go. I'm just glad he's not here. And that's not to say that he doesn't have arm talent. He just wasn't built for Columbus. Not everybody's built for it. It is what it is.
Yeah. No doubt,
I'm
man.
gonna add to this. I'm gonna add to this, Dale. If McCoy would have stayed and Will Smith Will Howard would have came, and then they would battle it out. Will Howard would have started. He would have won the battle anyway.
Yeah.
Case closed.
Easily,
Simple as
man.
that.
So in the beginning of this, when I heard Kyle McCord was going to Syracuse, obviously I can separate. This is football, bro. I don't want anything bad to happen to the kid. I would rather good things happen to him. You know what I mean? And I liked his success there. But as the season went on, Kyle McCord started talking a little bit of trash about Ohio State and saying some slick remarks about us. So not a fan of him anymore. Obviously, I wish him the best. I will say that. But not a fan anymore, man. But that's just an absurd statement. Can you guys imagine Kyle McCord in this offense, dude? Like, would just we talk about Will Howard tripping and falling a couple times. Good God, dude! How many sacks would the O line have given up this year?
Just to
Now
be
watch
honest,
this.
back there.
I'm just
Go
so
ahead.
happy that I don't have to see another screen pass with the ball skipping at the dirt and Marvin Harrison going and the Mecca
Now
going.
and add to that with the O line shuffling.
Yeah.
Oh
With the
God,
O,
dude.
that's why you got to get Will Howard his flowers, man. Because man, he had three different shuffles. O linemen, bro.
Yeah,
McCoy
Actually, I
would have
think they're on the
folded.
5th iteration.
yeah, it's
McCoy would have
crazy.
folded, man. He would have folded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mello, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, more than anything else, Will Howard's leadership. I mean, we watched McCord's his demeanor on the sidelines all the time. The only time I watched him get excited was directly after the Notre Dame game. That's it. No more emotions. I never saw any of the rest of it. That's the leader of the team, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, Will Howard. I don't want to bring up the game, but at least on this, when he got injured on the sideline of the game, he was sprinting up and down, getting the crowd pumped up, dude. You know, I remember him running in for one of his touchdowns, and he celebrates by going like OH to the crowd. You know what I mean? Just the leader, bro. Giving that energy. Listen to his press conferences. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, like in a good way during the press conferences. I love seeing how dialed after sinking in, like his press conference and the anger that he showed about the questions. I like it now. Now going back and knowing that he was getting mad at the media for asking him all these questions about the game, I'm like, cool, bro. I'm glad. I want to see that out of my quarterback. That means he's focused on this game. He's got that anger built up. Brad, we were talking before the show about how the players have moved past that game, but they can use it for fuel. And I think 100% that's what Will Howard is doing. So,
And they have to. They have to, man. You have to maneuver. You have to pivot. This should be that game. That should be a huge pivot going forward into this new season, man. Because this is a new season.
yeah.
This is a mildew and a barbecue season. One and done. You win, you go on. You lose, you go home.
Yeah. I
And
guess
down in South Florida, when you lose the playoffs, we always say shoulder to the left, shoulder to the right, shoulder pass to the right, shoulder pass to the left,
yeah.
and they don't want
I
that.
I guess Mika said the dude that said that ate. Did he literally eat horse crap? Is that a real thing, Mika, or are you just is that metaphorical? Uh,
I think she means literal.
hey, you know that's why these shows do that. So shows like us and other shows all over will bring this up and talk about them, give them attention. They're just one of those
Yep.
type of shows. I'm not gonna lie, I did that on. Every once in a while, I'll use our X account, and we just started the X stuff and all that to troll a little bit. So like today, I'm about getting sick and tired of seeing all these Tennessee fans post the percentage of tickets they have. I saw somebody say that Tennessee fans are buying 41% of the resale tickets, according to SeatGeek or Geek, whatever that place, Ticket Geek. What I don't know what it's called, but it just infuriates me because it's just getting annoying to me. So I got on our X account and I put, according to the Worldwide Ticket Association, Ohio State fans have purchased 91% of the tickets. Less than 10,000 Tennessee fans are expected at the game. I made that up. That is not true. Nothing about that is true. I just wanted to get at them. But speaking of Tennessee, man, Ohio State's coming out with, they're doing the full Scarlet out, dude. I'm going to love it under them lights. Would I rather all black jerseys? Yeah, but that's just because that's who I am. But I'm digging the all Scarlet, especially with the lights going on the horseshoe. Tennessee came out with their new uniforms today. They're pretty cool, man. I think it's going to work out for them really good. I wanted to show everybody their new uniforms. Boom, man. Yep. Tennessee's new uniforms for the playoffs. Chat, let me know what you think about them. Melo, what you think about it, dude?
Man, I like that tutu, man.
Yeah.
He got on ballerina shoes. Looks like he got some twinkle toes in him. You know what I mean?
Most people are going to think this is a joke, but this is real. With NIL, with the transfer portal and all kind of stuff going. College football is different, dude. Well, there's so many different things going on, and they just wanted to try something new. So I guess
they are all inclusive, right?
Yeah. Well, this is supposed to help with give you better traction, and you don't get injured as much because studies show men don't want to hit other men that wear tutus. So I guess that's why they're doing it.
They got no choice. They got no choice because they gonna get punched. They gonna get punched with a skirt on, with heels on. It's whatever.
Oh God.
Brad, can you see that comment?
Get her down off there. We're gonna get in trouble. Oh shoot, bro. I went way. I might be the only one laughing this hard about that. I went way too deep.
No, I was just thinking that that's why, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man. All righty. Well, fellas, we heard Ryan Day, we heard Chip Kelly, we heard from a couple players, and the result of hearing from them didn't get me all pumped up. Really, didn't give me a bunch of confidence. I was just like, I like these players, bro. These players are going to go out there and whoop some butt, bro. But today, we heard from Jim Knowles, man. And normally Jim Knowles is the old drink his coffee and take 5 minutes to answer each question. Well, not today. Go watch Jim Knowles' press conference. It fired me up, bro. It got me. I'm on the Jim Knowles train, bro. I think we're going to shut him out, dude. 0 points. So I got a couple things I want to talk about that happened in that press conference. But before I do that, I want to ask Melo or Brad if you got anything specific you want to bring up before I get into the points that I have.
Yeah, let's shout out Bobby Mack. Thank you for the $2 holla. Makes me think of Ace Ventura, Laces Out. I think he's talking about the tutu.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for all the kind words and everything else. When I wasn't, what took place last week. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Yeah, no doubt, Brad. We love you, bro. Buckeye Nation loves you, man. Everybody wondering where you were and what's going on, all this. I don't know how many times I explained to people what was going on, but prayers out to you, brother. And you got a family sitting right here with you. And isn't it so cool? Like I know we watch football and we like college football, we like the Buckeyes, but look at the relationships that form because of Ohio State football. You know what I mean? Chat, even you guys, step back in your life for a second and think of the friendships that has formed because you're an Ohio State fan. I think that's so cool. When I went to Oregon, I really got to see it. I never met half these people in my life, and it was like I've known them for. It was crazy, bro. Just because I'm an Ohio State fan, they were like, "Yo, what's up, man? You want some food? You want a drink or whatever?" I'm like, "Nah, man." But it's really cool.
Man, y'all don't have no feel. Y'all don't know the feeling when I gotta walk through the airport with the man, bro. I have to hide, bro. I can't wear my wardrobe to the airport no more, bro. I can't. I can't, bro.
Yeah, you can't wear
I'm
the
not used to
jersey.
that. I'm not used to that. Being put on the spot and on the radar. I'm the under the radar guy. I can't do it, bro. I can't take. I cannot. I cannot accept it. I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
Are you going to this game?
No, I'm not going to this one.
Oh, you
He's
didn't
not
like the cold, huh? You like,
Man,
nah, I'm
listen.
South Florida, baby.
he's
Boy, look at
probably
here.
he's probably going. He just ain't saying he is. He doesn't want a lot of people
No,
looking
no.
for him and
Hey,
stuff.
I never lied to y'all. I'm not going to this, but if we win, I will be in California for
Same
sure.
here. You will see me there, so we're hooking up for sure. We'll get
Yes,
it.
sir.
Grant with the $2 holler. Appreciate you, brother. They have two twos. We have two twos. Okay.
Two number twos, yeah.
I like it. I
We
like it.
got the two best twos too, by the way,
Yeah.
and that's three
Oh
twos.
yeah. Yeah, definitely do. Anyway, Jim Knowles today. What was the first point I wanted to bring up? Dang, I forget. I guess I'm going to go out of order.
You're talking
And
about the speed defense play calling.
yeah,
That's
that
the
was
speed.
one, but there was one before that that I wanted to bring up that I. Oh, so the first thing that Jim Knowles talked about was Tennessee, the RPOs, the run pass option, and the fact that they pass it and run it, and their yardage on the year kind of mimics that. That's what they can do. And he brought up their young quarterback, how fast he is, the fact that he's a lot faster than a lot of people know. And he said he's fully aware, right, that that's what they do. They want to spread us out and attack us and run tempo and make all that stuff. But that's the first thing that got brought up is the RPOs and what Jim Knowles thought about it and what he was going to do. And he said he's well aware of it, prepared for it. Want to get your guys' thoughts on the way Tennessee runs their offense. Is there anything specific you guys are going to be looking at in this game as far as our defense to do anything different or to stop the RPO, or are we just going to go out there and do our thing? Brad, what's your thoughts?
I don't have no complaints. I'm not even worried about the defense. I'm not. I'm worried about the well, my eyes is going to be on the O line, the whole 9 yard, the whole four quarters, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and watch the adjustments after halftime and everything, and throughout the quarters and the breaks and everything. That's all I'm worried about is the O line. That's it. I ain't worried about nothing else.
Gotcha.
For
Well,
me,
we're going to be talking about the defense most of the show, Brad. So we got to
That,
talk
that, that's
about
fine.
some.
That's fine. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with
so
Yeah.
for
it.
me, what I've noticed is that Nico, when he's on the move, he has this thing where he can't throw the ball unless he gets his feet set. So we could force him to his left. He's very inaccurate, and I think that's the key. Force him to his left and have some kind of containment so he can't get up the field. And if he does, you got to hit him and punish him every single time. Even if he's getting 10 yards, you got to hit him because he is very lean. Like I said on Monday when Juck was here, he's a lean guy. I don't think he could take too much of that abuse. So that's the first thing I'm looking for. The second thing, I think we will contain the run. And then we just need the corners to just be able to hold up man to man. I like this defense. I like our defense against their offense. To be honest with you, I think that the coaches and the players are fully locked in, and I think they're ready for this. And I think we're going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me add on to that, Dave, before you go.
Yeah, do you think?
Defense. We had 3 weeks to get prepared for this game. Even the college playoff period. But this is in this new season, ain't no good teams in this new season. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no mediocre, no nothing like that. Everything decent and plus and plus words.
So
So
you're
listen,
saying there's no more team up north teams, which is also good for us because they get in the coach's head, but they're mediocre at best.
listen. It's any mean necessary right now. So they got to go out there and play football. Um, I'm just watching the D line take flight. DB's gonna be okay. Linebacker's gonna be good. I'm just worried about the rotation of the D line because
Yeah.
Same.
listen, uh, Tennessee got a nice little defense. We can't take nothing from them. They got a nice little offense. Can't take nothing from them. But I think our team is better than them, hands down. But it's just the preparation of how to do things in order and at the right time. When it comes to rotation, play calling, signals, and everything that go forward to this game, and we got to make a statement. I want to beat these people bad. I really do. I want to make a statement, like real, real
Yeah.
bad. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Mello,
Hold on.
before you
Shout
read
out to
that,
Hulkman on
before you
that.
read that, he said earlier that he just subscribed to the channel, so I appreciate you, Hawkman, for subscribing too.
Yep, and shout out to Hulkman, who just got baptized last Saturday. We love this for you, man. Welcome to the family and the Christian Brotherhood. And you made the right choice, brother. Jesus gave his life for all of us. He made the ultimate sacrifice. So now you just walk by faith, and God will handle the rest, my brother.
Amen. That outward expression of an inward faith, bro. Love it to death, man. Hey, has Cheryl? How long Cheryl been a member of our channel? Did I already shout her out, Cheryl? If I haven't yet, dude, we appreciate you becoming a member. Drink, Sean, Vader. Hey, dude, we're building up the members, man. We're getting some
Yes,
members over
awesome.
here in the old Buckeye boys, dude. The Cujo Mafia, bro. Speaking of
Yep.
Cujo, 2 days in a row he has escaped out of his cage, but we have caught him again, so we're good. We're all good there. Mika asked in the chat if we think we're going to rotate more. And just a couple things on that. First off, do you guys know how many players Tennessee rotates in and out just on the defensive line? How many they rotate in and out during the Oregon game? I know the answer to that question. It's 12. 12 players rotated in and out on Tennessee's defensive line. So that's what they do. And there's arguments that they have the best defensive line in the country. A lot of people think that. I don't think that. They think that. And so do several other people. Jim Knowles was asked that question today about it. Mello, he literally brought up what we talked about. The Oregon game, before there was good rotations. Then the Oregon game, rotations went away. Then they got better. Whoever asked the question literally laid it out absolutely perfectly. And Jim Knowles said that he trusts Larry Johnson. So far this year, we've been told that Larry Johnson trusts Ryan Day and Jim Knowles trusts Larry Johnson and Ryan Day trusts Jim Knowles. They all trust each other to make rotations. I guess we have no idea who's making the rotations. But I wanted to hit on that real fast because that's my Brett, I share that with you. That's like my only concern with the defense is that. But like I said last night, it's kind of like how obvious it is now that we can't just try to pound the ball up the middle. That's how obvious this rotation thing should be to this coaching staff. Do you think we actually make the changes? If you had to guess, Mello, are we rotating this game?
They better. They're going to have to. Honestly, they're going to have to because Tennessee is going to run up tempo. And I think at some point, really. So Eric made a good point. I was saying we should go tempo them so that way they can't make their changes on the defensive line because they'll go 15 deep. They're the opposite of us. And we could get them worn out and tired. And Eric was in the chat and he said, yeah, but then our defense will be back on the field faster. They'll have less rest. Well, in order to combat that, rotate the defensive line. We have the talent to be able to do that. And I think that's what they should do. And I think we still should tempo their defense so that way their defensive line cannot rotate. I do not think that they're built for that. They're not conditioned for that. They're not used to having to be on the field the whole time. And I mean, obviously you can't go tempo the entire game, but I think we definitely need to do it way more than we've been doing it.
Yeah, they shout out Blitz and C-Dub members as well. I don't know. I need to start writing down who all I shout out. But anyway, yeah, Mello. So for me, like you're talking about tempo, us running tempo because we want to wear them out. For me personally, before that, I want to see tempo because I think that's what works for our offensive players. I think that's just what fits with our wide receivers and with the offensive line being strung together like it is. Anything we can do to help them out, and tempo will help them out. Give the defensive line less time to get set, less time to read their keys, less time to do all that, so we have the upper hand. So I don't know about. It's definitely going to wear them out, but they rotate a lot in and out. So it's like, can you wear out 12 defensive linemen in one game? Is that even possible to do? But Brad, what's your thoughts on it, man? Do you think we're going to see rotations this game?
Yes, we have to because the season over. The regular season is over. This is the championship season. So guess what? You gotta go no holds barred. You gotta get everything right now. It's no excuses going forward. You know what I'm saying? So listen, they have to rotate. They have to rotate. It's mandatory to rotate because we're in a new season of winning the national championship.
Hold on,
It's
I wanted to
either
leave that up there. I wanted to answer that.
Oh, my bad.
All right,
that's
you're
fine.
good.
So they have to rotate. They have to rotate. They have to.
So Johnny says you can't rotate if they go temple. Johnny, you could rotate in between the series. That's what I mean. We could switch up during the series and keep them fresh. And you drink, they did. If you go watch the Bama game, they on the third series they were on their third defensive line, and they third string defensive line played that series. So yes,
It's
that's 12 different players.
yeah, he said 15 in the thing, but yeah, it's 12
Yeah,
different
because I
players. Yeah.
misspoke. It said 15, but they went
Oh, okay.
12 deep.
Yeah,
Like it's
and
12 players.
they did that for several games, not just that game. Like
Right.
they did it for 3 games. So it's something they do. Speaking of tempo, Jim Knowles was asked about Tennessee's tempo. I'm like, what the heck are we going to do on defense? Are we ready for this? And this is where I start to get pumped up because here's Jim Knowles' answer. It doesn't make it harder, speaking about tempo. It makes it different. But I think we're ahead of the game that way. I mean, our defense is built that way. It's built for tempo. I was like, oh, heck yeah, bro. And then he went in to explain why that is. He said that, I don't know where he got this stat from, but he said we're the fastest calling defense in the nation. I don't know where you get that stat. I want to find it. But I'm going to believe him because he said it. I mean, should you believe coaches when they say something? Probably not, but I'm going to choose to believe this one. Uh, but it goes from his days in Duke, 10, 14 years ago, something like that. When tempo was the new thing, his Duke head coach was telling him that he wants to be the fastest playing defense in the nation. So Jim Knowles, that's how he built his defense from when it was a baby. When he started building this thing up, he started building it with the first thing was on his mind was tempo. That was it. So that was lovely for me to hear. But when I kept hearing that, you know what I kept asking myself? Well, what happened in Oregon then? You know what I mean? That was my one kickback to that. But one could say it was the rotations at Oregon that made us do that way. That's fully what I believe. Like I said, I was at the game. I watched these players. They were gassed, dude. Tyreek Williams could hardly get out of his stance. But your guys' thoughts on what Jim Knowles said, that this defense is built for tempo. We're the fastest play calling defense in the nation.
Well, I believe that if you remember spring game, Joe Klatt was on the sideline talking to Jim, and he was on the sideline and he was calling out the plays. He only has 2-word play calls to call the plays. So he's saying 2 words literally. So in terms of play calling, yes, it's the fastest play calling. I believe that. We also have a fast team as well. And with the Oregon game, I think it's a combination. Rotation was definitely hurt, but the game plan that they had for the DBs was not very solid to begin with. Like they had them playing off too hard for a team that just wants to hit quick moves, and they're very quick wide receivers. So I think it was a combination of that. And then the D line and the DBs, because of the game plan, it wasn't in sync at all. So yeah.
Brad, let us hear it, man.
What would what would the question again?
Golly, I knew it. I see
I
you
got
over
to
there
try.
talking. Hey, you in the background, you're distracted him. No. Please don't hurt me. I apologize. Whoever that is, I apologize. I'm just joking. Please.
I got to try it. What was the question
Please.
again?
Jim Knowles said that our defense is built for tempo, meaning we're going to be able to handle Tennessee's offense running tempo easily. My only kickback to that was, well, what the heck happened in the Oregon game then? And when you think about it, one might say that the Oregon game happened because there were no rotations. So thoughts on all that?
That is all facts. That's all facts. That's
Oh,
all
okay.
facts. We seen it. We seen it with our own eyes in the Oregon game, with no rotation at all whatsoever when it came to the D line. And then when it came to the team or not game, they played football, right? But now when you go into this new season, you ain't gonna have no choice but to stay on your P's and Q's at all times. From the high to the mid to the low. Right now, it's out of mildew or barbecue, man. This is a mildew barbecue season for Ohio State or want to get natty. So yes, all facts.
Yeah, amen.
And I
Fred?
think I wanted to ask you, Dev, who you think is responsible for the rotations? I want to get both of your answers. If y'all had to guess, one person.
Well, that's kind of a tricky question because I fully believe that Ryan Day ultimately is responsible for the lack of rotations because he has put pressure on Larry Johnson and probably told him, hey, man, we want our big time players in there when we need them in there the most. And then that just gets stuck in Larry's head. It's kind of like when you watch the offense play tight. Sometimes I feel like when Day interjects himself into things, he makes coaches coach tighter. And that's ultimately what I think. Ultimately, I think it's, Larry Johnson that actually makes those substitutions, but I think he's following a directive. That's my thoughts based off of several different things and several different conversations. Brad probably knows way more than I do about it. So, Brad, what's your thoughts?
Listen, okay, so we're gonna take the regular season going into the new season. So listen, now since we're at going who you gonna rotate in certain schemes or signals. So for example, when it comes to the D line, they should have signals and schemes for 92, 97, 17, K Mac, and the rest of those guys who get in majority of the time when it comes to rotation. They should have a system already made within these 3 weeks. No excuses. What we're gonna see is Saturday. So guess what? It is what it is.
Hold
Yeah.
on, right? RDB. Hold up. My internet's
Yes.
been good for the past 2 weeks, bro. I don't know what you talking about. I cleaned it up over here, buddy.
Brad, you're freezing just a little bit. Every now and again, you're just freezing, but you're good, though. Keep doing your thing, but that's why he's taking a shot at Mello and Mello's internet. Are you
Yeah.
frozen? Oh, no, Brad's not frozen. He's good.
So I'm gonna answer my own question. The answer to the question is this is clearly a Ryan Day directive for whatever reason, because we have new DCs, new OCs, and guess what? New position players, and it's still the same thing since before they were here. Back when he was doing the same thing when Kerry Combs was here. So like it's pretty obvious this is something that is a Ryan Day thing. We used to think it was just Heartline with the rotation with the wide receivers, but I think it was directly from Ryan Day. And when it comes to big games, he doesn't trust all the players that the 4 and 5 stars that he recruited in each class. Like I don't know. I think he needs a Xanax before games.
Yeah, I mean, I agree because here's the thing: we have games to go look at where Larry Johnson coached when Ryan Day wasn't here. It's not Larry Johnson did not do that. He doesn't now, and each year it's gotten a little worse in every position. So I think in those team meetings when Day has the final say, he's really pressing that issue, like saying this because I am not sold whatsoever on that these second string guys coming in are not showing the coaches enough to get playing time.
Right.
I just think that's a lazy, easy take. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to criticize these coaches. But listen up, man. I criticize Fry. I criticize things, man. You know, that criticism that I have, it's because I have passion for Ohio State. It's because I love this football team. You know, I don't hate them. I want them to win, but I like talking about it. I enjoy this. I enjoy breaking things down, criticizing it, becoming smarter, because that also makes me a smarter football fan as well. When I criticize these things, I can ask somebody that knows way more than me and tell me if my criticism is on point or if it's not. So it'd be different if I never watched Ohio State. I didn't care about them this much. I didn't invest so much into following this team. And then I just get on an X account and say, man, Ryan Day sucks. Man, Justin Fry needs fired. No, man. Like, this is part of my life. Ohio State football is literally a part of my life. So I feel like I kind of have the right to be, as a fan, to say my opinion and talk about my thoughts and my feelings toward what we got going on. I mean, that's just...
And you know why you do? I'm going to tell you one reason that you do. This is the simplest reason. Because guess what? If this whole coaching staff left, when all these players go to the NFL, they come back and coach again, guess what? Who you still going to be rooting for and being a fan of? the Ohio State University.
Yeah.
So like if Coach Day goes and takes another job, say he went to Notre Dame or the team up north or anywhere else, he's not going to have the same love for Ohio State that we have. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're trying to hold these coaches accountable. The thing with the YouTube platforms are that before they existed, the beat was at bended knee to the coaching staff because they'll just take their press pass. They could take it away easily. So they had to report and make them look good. But with YouTube and having all these fan channels and everything else, like the coaches are literally held accountable. And then what it's doing is empowering the beat reporters to ask more significantly intriguing questions instead of just skimming over the top. And it's ultimately holding the coaches accountable. And now the players are holding the coaches accountable. So I think it's actually a good thing. And I don't think that we're scaring off recruits, because me and Dev personally have asked recruits this behind off stage. Like, does any of this affect your recruiting process? And they're like, no, we know you guys are crazy. They know we're passionate fan base. It's the biggest fan base in the world.
Yeah. Hey, Jaro happiness. Beautiful question, dude. I would love to know the answer to that question. The only way
What
you're
is
gonna
the
know
question about, though?
how can we see it and he doesn't? How can we see this rotation thing and know that it's an issue, but nothing ever happens? Like,
I don't know, man.
Did they not see this? Did they not see that? Not just because you're here, but Brad, but Kenyatta Jackson Jr., Curry, Caden McDonald. I mean, I just think it's like common sense that a 340-pound defensive tackle can't play 53 snaps of football.
The better question for you, Brad, I have to ask you this, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I do. Do the players bring this up to the coaching staff about the rotation?
Yes.
Because
it's a good question.
Right, because I was going to say that's the only excuse that they can have, because if the players are bringing it up, then, I mean, they have no excuse for not doing it. I mean, the facts are right there. You saw the Oregon game. You're going to do it again? It just makes zero sense. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe this. And, Devin, you're not allowed to say that they're going to be stubborn or anything negative before Saturday's game. I'm barring you from doing that, because every time you say it comes true.
Well, let me tell you, I think we're going to rotate. I think we're going to see a very healthy rotation on defensive line. And I think Chip Kelly is going to get in his bag. Speaking of bags, what's up, Brad?
Oh, before you go forward, this is the time now that you got to put the best players on the field at all times, rotation and everything going forward. The season, they'll worry about the seniors. Right now, we can't worry about the seniors right now. We got to worry about winning the national football, the college football, which is the national championship, which is the nickname of the Natty, right? So guess what? Right now, you got to put the best 11 on offense and the best 11 on defense. Case closed.
Yeah, and you got to keep those best 11 your best 11. What I mean by that is your best 11, if they're absolutely worn out, are no longer your best 11. Keep them your best 11, man. You know what I mean? Give them breaks, bro. Let them let them breathe, dude. They're humans. But speaking of Chip Kelly maybe getting his bag, I think it's happening. I have this feeling that the rotations are happening, that the offense is going to look way different. I was told today that Chip Kelly has specifically told certain players on the team that their target numbers will go up for this game for sure. So now who knows? That might be fifth-hand information. I don't really know. But that's what I was told, so I'm going to freaking roll with it, dude, and hope it's true. Jim Knowles. Right? We saw his defense throughout the year. We saw him try different things. We saw the 3-down lineman with the jack. We saw different blitz packages. We saw different players coming in and out at different times. Jalen McClain at safety, different things like that. So Jim Knowles today was asked, hey, man, right, what kind of wrinkles are you bringing? Because it's time, bro. It's time. Will Howard said it. The players, this is it, man. The seniors especially, this is it. You got 4 more games max of college football. Well, same for the coaches, the coordinators. Bro, you got 4 more games max. You lose, Brad, you said it earlier. You lose, you're out, man. So there's none of this. Chip Kelly's saving it for Oregon. Tony Curse Design said this on yesterday's show. I thought it was a beautiful point I meant to bring up again. Jim Knowles, there ain't no point in holding something back to save it for later. No, this is it. This is that game. So Jim Knowles was asked today, what wrinkles does he have? And he just, I don't know. Maybe it's just the positiveness in me, but he gave that look, man. And I just have a sneaking suspicion that the dude's got some up his sleeve because he really went into a lot of detail and what the wrinkles were. He said no comment, but that's all he said. But what I gleaned from that is he's got some stuff up his sleeve. Wanted to get your guys' thoughts if you think the same thing.
Go ahead, Melo.
Yeah, I think we might see the mythical thing that they call the jack position a little bit more. I think he's going to get real exotic because he knows Nico is a redshirt freshman, which means he's really a freshman his first year playing. Practice doesn't count. It's not the same as game experience. And I think they're going to confuse him so tremendously. I expect to see multiple picks from our defense. So, yes, in short sense, yes, I do think he has some tricks up his sleeves.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think Jim knows for the brain. Y'all remember Street Fighter, the game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
With
yeah.
Ken and Raul?
Oh,
They
yeah.
finna bring in all type of uppercuts and a whole lot of duking, fellas. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Jim knows for the bring it, man. He finna bring it. Like, for real. He finna
Yeah.
bring it.
I think there's going to be some different things brought as well. I think there's definitely going to be some pressure packages that we have not seen yet. I believe that, or maybe we've seen it one time. I think that's definitely happened. I think a lot of these things we might see, like a fan with the naked eye might not be able to tell the difference, but it's going to be different and it's going to be something new. I don't, I think it also depends on the game. Like we might come out, depending on how the game's going, what's going on. We might come out second half with the jack. You know what I mean? You never know. I see everybody in the chat saying, please, no jack, no jack, no jack. Well, remember last time we did the jack was not with the starters. It was with the second string. There was like one starter on the field. And it was just, I think they were just getting on the film so they could maybe dial it up and get it better for maybe a time like this, man. But Bobby Mack, thanks for the $5, brother. Do you think the coaches watch any podcasts or have anyone listen to hear what fans or former players are talking about for ideas? No, I think the answer is no. But now,
What they do, I think they might be watching like Scoop or Menace where they have ex coaches or ex players that are on the podcast, especially when they
Listen,
have
all
guest
of them don't, but guess what? Some of them do.
yeah,
And I'm going to tell you why. The players watching. Trust me. I got a phone call. Trust me. Listen, it only took but that one phone call. That's why when I came on that that night, that I said, hey, the chat, hey, y'all tell me how I'm doing on the podcast show and blah 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 blah. Blah. Listen, I had got a phone call early on that week. So guess what? They do look at the show.
yeah. Yeah, I believe that definitely some coaches watch certain shows. I know for a fact players do, Brad. Like you said, you know for a fact. I know for a fact they do as well. A lot of recruits do. A lot of recruits watch these shows just to let everybody know. But dang, what was I about to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh,
at the coaches.
I'm not quite so sure that they get ideas from it per se. I mean, they might, but who knows? But man, Fred says Nico's being slept on. If his uniform stays clean, the Buckeyes are in trouble. Let me tell you something. He's not being slept on by me whatsoever. I don't know how many times that Buckeye boys here on this channel have said the dude is faster than he looks. He can sling the rock. You got to get pressure on him. He's a freshman quarterback in his first playoffs ever, though, Fred. You know what I mean? So, like, no quarterback's perfect, and I am not sleeping on him. You better contain that dude, or he will light you up. I totally believe that. Fred, I believe, is a Vols fan. He said earlier that Tennessee's weaknesses are their linebackers and their offensive line. So might see our weakness is our offensive line and our strength is our defensive line. So it's the same for them. So like I said, might see a real defensive battle here. And if that's the case, I like our odds. But any of you guys sleeping on Nico?
No.
No, not at all. Because it's a football game. You still gotta play 4 quarters of football, regardless of what. It no matter how you put it, you still gotta show up. The coaches still gotta coach. And guess what? The players still gotta play. So guess what? We don't take it for granted because it's a new season. So they chasing the natty, we chasing the natty, and everybody else that's in the 12-team bracket are chasing the natty. So it ain't no excuses, man. It's out of meal do a barbecue.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not sleeping on Tennessee at all. Tennessee
Nope.
is a very good football team. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times I've said I'm a little bit nervous. Like there's if the Buckeyes do not show up, we are in trouble. Trouble. My confidence comes from I believe that they're showing up and they're showing up big time, bigger than they have all season. Right? Number one, we haven't seen the Buckeyes play a full game this year yet. So it's about dang time. And number two, the ball has not rolled the Buckeyes' way in how many years in these playoffs? The Clemson game, the Georgia, there's these things where the ball just has not rolled our way. The calls have not come. It's freaking time, Buckeye. It's time, dude. I'm telling you right now. It's time, dude. These players are zoned in on this thing, man. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in the coaches. That's fine. You don't have to. Look at the players we have on this team. We have Caleb Downs. We have J.J. Smith. We have Emeka Ibuka. We have Will Howard. We got Travion Henderson. We got Quinshaw Junkins. We got Sonny Styles. I could go on and on and on, man. Can you imagine if if every player on this team played to their full potential? It's crash out, bro. I mean, we're still one of, if not the most talented roster in college football this year. I don't see how anybody could argue that. What's your guys' thoughts on all that I just said? We got some super
You want to read this super chat first, and then we'll
yeah.
answer the questions.
Yeah, for sure. Mark, for a new lock to keep our boy Cujo in his cage. Hey, funny enough, dude, Cujo, the wire rusted at the bottom of his cage, and he hawked it open, dude. Literally ripped the wire open, so we had to put new wire on it, dude. It was
We're
wild.
gonna call him Wolverine now instead of Cujo.
Exactly.
Appreciate that, though, Mark. Melo, you read this one.
Appreciate you, Treasure, for the 20. What's good, my brother Dev, Melo, and my dude Bread? Loving the show. I just want to say, mark my words, it will be certain individual players who makes critical plays at the most crucial moments in this game to win the game, and I'm assuming he means for the Bucks.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, plays like Jack Sawyer made, right? We didn't see the end result we wanted to, but, bro, you can only make plays like that and it not go your way so many times. We just watched it happen. The play was made, the interception by Caleb Downs. Our playmakers make plays, and the ball just didn't go our way. Different things didn't happen. It's not happening again, man. It's not happening again. Faith in the coaches or not, these players will not let that happen again. They're not going to, bro. I'm just telling you, dude. These kids, they live for football, bro. These seniors said, screw the NFL draft. I'm coming back to be a Buckeye, dude. Like, if you're questioning whether the Buckeyes are going to show up, I want you to individually think about every player on this roster and go down through every player and think about them and think of how good they are. And then get back to me, right? So, your guys' thoughts.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Deb. It's kind of like I told y'all before, man. You remember I was a parent of a recruiter. The whole recruitment process. Listen, it wasn't easy, But at the end of the day, man, it's like you have to have a heart of loyalty. You got to have loyalty within yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to bet on yourself. You have to trust yourself. Some of these kids don't have that when it comes to a older person or a guardian, who can put them in that direction and teach them the difference between personal and business. So at the end of the day, kids gonna be kids. You can't afford a kid mindset because they still growing, their brain's still growing, and things like that nature. You know what I'm saying? So listen, at the end of the day, whatever the kid decide to do, that's what he do. At the end of the day, he got to deal with that. That's why you see how the transfer portal is. To be honest with you fellas, I love the transfer portal. Love it. Cause now you don't have to hear about the Alabamas all the time, the Georgias, the Ohio State. The talent is spread across the nation like peanut butter and jelly, and you can see it. But that's where the competition is, and you can see it. Look at Boise State. Who would have thought Boise State would have been in playoffs?
Yeah.
Look at Arizona State.
Arizona State, yeah.
Who would have thought that? So the talent is spaced out, and I like competition. I like good games. So at the end of the day, fellas, man, listen. I love how college football going, but I don't like the way how kids chasing the NIL deals to be relevant. Because at the end of the day, man, it don't turn out good at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I salute all the parents, and all the recruiters, all the football players, the ball players, the student athletes. But listen, man, it's somewhere in your heart you have to have some type of self-conscious about yourself. And don't get me wrong, you can't teach common sense, and you can't teach common sense, but I guarantee you can teach love. But it's either you have it or you don't. And that's a true statement across all livelihoods. Because listen, you're gonna have good people, you're gonna have bad people, you're gonna have ugly people. So you gotta deal with it. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Amen. I like that. Before I forget, Fred, I got to ask him, McCoy. Is he like number 3,
Yeah,
the
I was.
corner on your honest question, Fred? Do you be honest, please? Do you think McCoy stands a chance against somebody like Smith? I don't know, McCoy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't
I'm gonna tell you
watched.
right now, it's gonna be a great matchup. Like he's a similar kind of he's a built up corner, but
Yeah.
there's not a corner in the country that could guard Optimus Prime 1-on-1. Period.
Not one on one, no.
Yeah. Yeah. For
They're
sure.
gonna have to roll help to him, and if they don't, he's barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
We get cooked up.
We're gonna call
Extra
Hey.
we gonna call Thanksgiving and Christmas early, coach.
Yeah.
extra crispy.
Hey, Larry, we appreciate the 4.99, man. If we score 28 or more, it's likely we win. 20 or less could spell defeat. Turnover-free football, we win. I agree. Turnover-free
Yeah,
football, we definitely win. If we score over 28, I don't see our defense giving up over 20 points. I got Tennessee only scoring 17 points. That's where I'm at with it. Tora, again, of course, bro, we knew you were talking about the Ohio State. But, shoot, we appreciate the $10 letting us know, man.
Hey, I got something to say, fellas. I've been watching y'all show the past few times. Listen, the transfer portal is good because of the experience of the kids that already have in the other programs. So so at the end of the day, so okay, when it comes to recruiting, you got a freshman kid coming in. He can't 95% of the time, you ain't gonna have no freshman starting.
Hmm.
JJ is just one of those special kids who have the intangibles, and he got all the quality to have it as a freshman. But I've been saying this for years. So anyway, fast forward. When you have a kid, a freshman kid come in, they can't start right away. So therefore, if you want to win, right? If you want to win and chase the and win the national title or bowl game, whatever the case may be, you got to find the most experienced player in the portal, and that's hands down. So the portal is very, very needed. It's needed. So I just want to elaborate on that with y'all because I keep hearing seeing a lot of things that the transfer portal. No, you need the transfer portal because you need those experienced players. Watch this. Now check it out. Everybody talk all that trash about Deion Sanders. Look at Deion Sanders. What he did in the second year,
Yep.
and
Yep.
where he went at transfer portal. You need it, man. You need it. So I just want to elaborate on that a little bit further. So the transfer is needed for a particular position to blend in with the program and keep it moving. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love the transfer portal. It's the way the NCAA does it that I don't like. Like, for instance, I look at Devin Brown. He needs to transfer, but because of the way the NCAA has this set up, the transfer portal is in the middle of the playoffs, like for real. But
It has to be though,
I love the
because they're
transfer
student
portal.
athletes, and the student part comes first, and they have to be enrolled somewhere before second semester. Now
There
the
you go.
spring transfer portal,
Yeah, but
that
I
needs to go
still,
away.
yeah, I like I said, I love the transfer portal, the talent dispersion, like you say. A lot of people are saying there's not a dominant team in college football this year. Well, here's what I got to say: that get used to it. Transfer portal, man. That's what the
Yep.
transfer portal was done. Brad just said it below, and everybody's acting like this year's a weird year. I don't think it's going to be anymore. I think that each year you might have non-normal 4 or 5 teams that can actually go win the Natty. You know what I'm saying? So,
And I want to address Fred on this. Fred,
what you
that's a
laughing at,
valid
Brad?
point. I'm a read it. McCoy is third team All American. He's a physical cover corner, which he is. Did great against Smith, but he meant Williams at Bama, the freshman. Well, let me tell you something, Fred. JJ is 6'4", 220 plus. Williams is 6'2", 175. They're not the same. JJ runs routes better than Williams. He's just as fast, and he has a bigger vertical, and he has bigger hands. It's not the same animal.
Yeah. I see a couple people in the chat talking about a lot of big-time donors aren't giving to Ohio State because, Ryan Day got everything he wanted this year and return on interest. We're not done yet. The interest is not done. We went 10-2, man. We're the winningest football team the last 25 years. Like, I get it, though. I get it. But I don't think Ohio State's ever going to have any – it's not the coaches – and the players. It's the block O, man. It's not the coaches. It's not the players. I'm going to be a fan way longer than J.J. Smith is going to be a wide receiver here. I'm going to be a fan way longer than Ross Bjork is going to be here. Same with Ryan Day. All that, man. It's the block O, man. The block O dude has stood through how many coaching changes, how many players we missed on, all that stuff. Scoop does a real good job at drilling that in people's heads from time to time. But, quick thoughts, guys, on this. I see a lot of people in the chat talking about going 4 or 5 wide, man. 4 or 5 wide. And I know that Chip Kelly got asked that question, and, he brought up that their base is, 12 personnel or something like that. And what's your guys' thoughts, man? You think we might be able to see something like that?
No. We should, but I don't think we will. I'm just being honest. I wish we did. We had the talent to do it. And, I mean, you can do 4 or 5 wide with freaking Trey out of the backfield lined up in the slot. You know what I'm saying? Like, good luck, linebacker, guarding that. Especially that filthy route running. He runs his routes like a wide receiver.
Listen, I disagree with you there. We're going to see it.
Man,
Chip Kelly coming out the bag, boss. He coming out the bag. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, I didn't say we weren't going to see it.
I said it. He meant to say Melo.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, right. My bad, Melo. We gonna see it, Melo. We gonna definitely see it for sure. Trust me.
I think the same thing. Like I said earlier, I think that just like these players, just like Will Howard said, they're going to leave it all on the field. I think these coaches are going to do the same thing, man. I really, really do. And I think that we got humbled. And I mean the fan base, the players, the coaches got absolutely humbled in the most dramatic way you possibly can be. So think about that for a second, man. So they're not going to go make the same mistakes they did. They're just not going to do it, man. It's not going to happen, bro. All right, Brad. Well, we got our score predictions in last night. Melo has got it 24-20. I said last night that I'm not super confident in my score prediction, but I'm picking it anyway. And it's because I had a dream, to be honest with you. And honestly, I had the dream because I watched the Ohio State Tennessee simulation that one of these YouTube channels does. They simulated. I think the final score was like 61-42. Like there were bombs down the field. It was a simulation. So because of that, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be 38-17. I think the Buckeyes are going to roll away with it. I'm not too confident in that, but I'm picking it anyway. Juck picked 35-28, and Tony picked 31-17. So,
I like it. So I'm running with 28-13. I don't think our defense will get scored on too many times. I'm sorry. So that's why I'm sticking with the 13. They're going to score. They're going to score a touchdown. They're going to kick 2 field goals. So guess what? I'm running with 28-13.
28-13.
I like that score.
I wanted to bring up one more thing about the transfer portal because I've changed my view on something. We've talked about kicker a lot on here, and I was watching a couple other shows, and I brought this point up. The fact that we're not going after a kicker right now, which we're not, and I think we need to. But think about what that does to Fielding in the room right now if he knows that these coaches are going after kickers in the portal, and the time for playoffs, man. For a kicker, confidence is everything. And if Fielding knows, hey, man, these guys are going after a kicker in the portal, it's going to make it even worse than what it already is. So think about that for a second. That might be what is going on here with not kind of aggressively going after a kicker. But we'll see. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
Remember, they got it to February
Yeah, I
of
know.
2025 before the last of the day of the signing. So they got time. So it is what it is. They might don't broadcast or display it right now, but listen, all it was an early signing. That was it. So they got it to February of 2025 to make the official signing and go from there.
Yeah. Mellow.
My fault. I'm laughing at Chuck. Yes, I agree with you, Dev, like 100%. I think the kicker is somewhere running around on Ohio State facility, probably indoor, juggling a soccer ball right now, working on some double scissors and his Maradona and his Cruyff turns. And we just need to go over there and just drop 50K on a soccer player. They had the number one soccer team all year until they just lost in the Final Four. I mean, those kids will lace those field goals, no problem. I promise you.
Yeah. It's Ohio State, man. It's the block code, dude. People were, even me, you know what I mean? I freak out about the offensive tackles in the portal, the kicker in the portal, dude. We can think what we want about these coaches, our offensive line coach, but players like money too, and they like Ohio State. So the tackle position is open at Ohio State. We got money. Regardless of what we think about coaches, we're going to get tackles in the portal. It's going to happen. We'll just have to see what quality they are and what happens there. But any final thoughts, fellas? I think I've ran out of things to blab on about. You guys got anything else you want to address? Chat, do you have anything would you like our opinion on or want us to address? We'll start with Brett on your final thoughts, final statements, or anything
My
else.
final statement is listen,
Oh,
I
hold
appreciate.
up. Oh crap! So I'm so sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
just saw Prentice Nolan said Melo and Devin had to come and pay my respect to the Buckeye boys one last time. Keep pushing, guys. Back to Houston State championship game, Melo. OH.
IO.
Hey, Prentice, much love and respect, man. Very sad to see Air go, but very confident that wherever he goes, he's going to shine bright, man. And he's a heck of a quarterback. I respect his decision to do what he did. You know, we're not in his shoes or anything like that. No love lost here on this end, man. Much respect, Prentice. You're welcome on this show whenever, my dude. We love talking college football, so we'd love to keep up with Air. I'm going to be keeping up with him and seeing how he goes. So much love,
Yeah,
man.
Prentice, you know how I feel about Air and these Georgia boys, and I think he's the real deal. I can't wait to see where he goes and how he ends up doing and watching him play on Sundays because I know he will. And I'm sorry for your team. Langston Hughes is going to get smoked by Milton. My running back from high school, his son is a starting middle linebacker, Hayden Taminia. Dude is insane, and I don't know how he doesn't have more offers. He started for Milton for 3 years. They're the number 3 team in the country, and he's led the team in tackles all 3 years. So I think it's more like he's a short white dude playing middle linebacker, and it's actually hurting him. So it's kind of crazy though, but that boy hits.
I wish y'all the best. The Norland family. Salute wherever we go. I wish him the best and keep striving for greatness.
Yeah, no doubt. Brett, I'm very sorry for interrupting your final words for the day.
That's fine.
Give her another go. I'm gonna zip up this time. Sorry, brother.
Listen, number one, fundamentals. Number two, do what your heart. And number three, have fun. Love y'all, Buckeye Nation.
I got my 3 words of inspiration. I'm gonna take one out of Brad's book. Number 1, keep God first. Number 2, support the Buckeyes and the players. Number 3 is Natty season. It's time to be positive. And if you see Tennessee fans, I'm not telling you to catch them with a punch at the game, but if you give them a little slight elbow for me and Dev, we'll greatly appreciate it.
No doubt, man. I got an acquaintance that is a fan of the team up north, and I got excited today and wanted to text him and see what he was doing and be like, hey, man, what's your plans for these playoffs? You know, we play on Saturday at 8 against Tennessee in the college football playoffs. what are you doing, man? You got to have plans, sit down and watch your team. And I just completely blanked out and forgot that I think they're playing in the Pop-Tart Bowl. They don't get the opportunity to play in the playoffs. So sorry about that, Blunt Man and other people in the chat that want to come in here, dude. I'd love to say we wish you the best. I don't, bro. But you know what I mean. We're going to be in the playoffs. So 7-5. Relia Quest. Reloy. What's it called?
Irrelevant Quest.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So anyway, Buckeye Nation, bro, it's time, man. Take all that stuff in your head. Scoochie, it's time, man. Scoochie, I know Scoochie having a rough day in the chat, boy. Rough time over there on Scoot. Really, really feeling the last game. Dude, put that stuff to the side, man. Buckeye got the most talented roster in the nation, man. Time to shine, man. Time to shine, dude, for these Buckeyes to go out there and take care of business, man. I like what I heard from Jim Knowles today. Our defense, all the confidence in the world to come out and just absolutely do what they need to do. Offense, damn, we didn't even talk about this, dude. Luke Montgomery is going to be the starting left guard. Didn't even talk about it.
Listen, you got to get the job done.
Yeah.
It's any means necessary, ball.
What did
This
Brad
is football. This
What
is
did you say
football,
earlier,
man.
Brad?
Next man up, man. It's football.
No.
It's a
Nah,
meal doing
today-
barbecue.
Today you said best 11, regardless of class. We're not playing seniors. We're playing the best 11.
Yes.
What did you say, Dev? The best 11. So when they get tired, you put in your next best 11.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely did, Blunt. I can't wait to see him in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe. But we softened the playoffs, my dude. Anything else? Okay,
but these three up here ain't soft. I can tell you that much right now.
Oh, dang. Hey, look, I got to him, dude. For sure got to him, bro. Well,
you gotta mad, Blunt Man? I mean,
what control
kind of,
your emotion, bro.
Blunt Man.
We just out of love over here, man. You gotta take a chill pill, my dude. That's not cool, bro. That's too far, my man. Too far. Hey, Buckeye Nation, we appreciate you. We love you. Flip that switch around, man. Get that mentality on, bro. It's the Block O. It's the Block O. It's the Block O, dude. This is the Ohio State University, December 21st, 8 p.m. Vols, Buckeyes go head-to-head for a chance to play for the Natty, man. Buckeye Nation, we love you. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Become a member if you want. Appreciate everybody that gave us a super chat today. Appreciate all our official members. We'll be coming up with stuff to do for that in regards to, being a member, but we don't know what to do yet. So we'll get it figured out. But on that note, go Buckeyes. OH.
Ow.
I-O.